Hey fam, welcome back to another video. And I don't know about you, but when the weather is cold and gray outside, it is really easy for me to just have less energy, a more mellow mood, and just generally feel a little bit down on life. But just because the weather might be a little bit gloomy outside does not mean that we can't create a warm, cozy, and inviting winter. So today I want to share with you 10 easy ways that you can create a more HYGGE home and life for yourself so that you can beat that bad weather and embrace everything that this amazing winter season has to offer. So I'm excited to jump right into this, but before we do, if we don't know each other yet, hi, my name is Ashlynne, and I make videos every week on this channel about minimalism and intentional living. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. But with that being said, let's get right into this. And my first tip for creating a more HYGGE life this winter is to make yourself a warm drink. And I love this one because warm drinks automatically give us that cozy feeling inside as we can snuggle up with a good tea, a coffee, or even warm water with some lemon or orange in it. These warm drinks give us a great contrast to the cooler weather that we have in our homes as well as outside, and so they just automatically bring that feeling of warmth into our lives. So not only do these drinks just innately help us to create that more HYGGE feeling, but on top of that, there are a lot of health benefits to drinking some of these warm drinks. Like if you're drinking tea or coffee, there are a lot of antioxidants in coffee. Or for some of us, having caffeine early in the mornings does make it a little bit easier for us to bring energy and activity into our days, especially when the winter blues might be naturally making us a little bit less productive. Having a bit of caffeine to kickstart our days while we don't want to go overboard with this can be something helpful to help us just be a little bit more productive, especially towards the beginning of our day. So this isn't about drinking a specific type of drink. Just figure out what you like, what you enjoy, and what's going to be able to give you that warm vibe during the winter months. And stick with that. Next is a tip that I love pairing in combination with the first one, and that is to light a candle. Once again, it can be really dark and gloomy during the winter months, and so it's really important that we bring in warm light into our homes. The skies outside can be very gray and blue, and so we want to bring those warmer tones of summer indoors, and one of the best ways that we can do that is to light a candle. That soft flickering flame does something to soothe our senses, to relax us, and to just make us feel more calm and at peace. In contrast to that harsh blue fluorescent lighting that we oftentimes find in our homes, the soft red light of a candle's flame really does bring life into us, and it makes us feel warm and cozy inside. The warmer toned light is physically easier on our eyes, especially at nighttime, and it's something that's naturally going to put us in a more relaxed state as well as in a more positive and hopeful mindset, because there's something that we all inherently love about the flickering of a candle's flame. And on top of that, if you're able to combine your candle with some aromatherapy, have a good smelling candle, that's something that's going to just enter your senses even more and provide you that more uplifting experience, that more HYGGE experience that you might be looking for in the winter months. Lighting is a lot more important to our moods than we often want to give it credit, so consider what kind of lighting you're using, as well as if perhaps a good candle, that warm flickering red flame, might be something that could help you create a more HYGGE atmosphere in your life. Number 3 is to bake something sweet. And who doesn't love that batch of freshly made warm cookies or a loaf of delicious homemade bread? These are things that we enjoy consuming, but it can be an incredibly HYGGE activity to spend time baking something for yourself this winter season. Not only is there something extremely therapeutic of that process of baking, of measuring out ingredients, of rolling the dough and putting things in the oven, taking them out, but it can also be an incredible experience when shared with someone else. Perhaps you and your partner or a friend or family member want to take some time to try baking up some sweets over the next couple of weeks. Or maybe this is something that you want to do just by yourself to experience some cathartic alone time. When we integrate our senses into such experiences, it allows us to be more fully present in the moment, and it's something that we can derive a lot of enjoyment from. Creating of any kind is something that we humans all have this natural capacity and desire to to do, and this can be a fantastic way to express that desire to create. Plus, on top of that, once you've finished the baking experience, you will have that delicious warm treat to enjoy on the other side, which once again is absolutely a HYGGE experience. Okay, number 4 is a big one. In the crazy fast-paced lives that we can so often lead today, it is all too easy for us to get caught up on our mobile phones, spending far more time than we should or than is healthy for us on them. And one of the biggest ways that you can be able to just enjoy and embrace this winter season is to disconnect from your phones, your devices, your electronic media, and to reconnect with the things that you find most important in life. Rather than letting hours tick by each day as you spend time scrolling endlessly on your phone, take time to put that phone away and spend time with others. Yes, this might seem challenging at first, but one quick tip I have to help make this process a little bit easier is take a couple of seconds and just write down, okay, what do I want to be spending my time on instead of spending time on my phone, or instead of spending time watching TV? Do I want to be reading a book? Do I want to plan a few coffee dates with friends? Do I want to plan an outdoor activity like going skiing or skating? Think about what you would rather be spending your time doing instead of spending time on your phone, and then as you try to disconnect, as you start leaving your phone behind or turning it off more frequently, go back to that list you wrote and spend time accomplishing some of those things that you would rather be doing than spending time on your phone. Oftentimes, our overuse of electronics is simply due to a lack of planning and intentionality on our part. So take some time to create that list and embrace the connection and intentionality that comes from disconnecting from your phone, electronics, and other media. Number 5 is one that I love, especially for those cold and gloomy, either rainy or snowy days, and that's to put on some cozy socks and a sweater. When we put on a warm sweater or wool socks, it immediately gives us this feeling of warmth in our bodies because we connect in a sensory way with the material that we're wearing. It signals in our brains, oh, I'm wearing something that makes me feel warm and cozy, physically as well as in my soul. HYGGE, when you really boil it down, is all about creating that warm and inviting vibe. And in order to create that feeling in our lives, sometimes it's something that we need to experience for ourselves. So this is one of those simple tips that you can start implementing as soon as you get home. But if you aren't wearing comfortable clothing that makes you have that HYGGE vibe, maybe that's one small change that you can make to just uplift your mood during these winter months. And just one note to add here, oftentimes our mood is intimately linked to the temperature of our bodies. If you're cold, if you're not dressed properly for the weather, you're not going to feel happy, you're not going to feel cozy, you're not going to feel HYGGE. Instead, you're probably going to feel sad, cold, depressed. The temperature of our body has a huge influence on how we feel, and so put on those socks, put on that sweater, make sure that you are ready for the temperature, because not only do those items make you feel cozy, but they also warm your body up, which in turn influences your mood and your energy levels as well. So just a quick note to keep in mind, but definitely dressing for the weather is a fantastic way to be a little bit more HYGGE this winter. Okay, next up, tip number 6 is to read a book. And this is such simple advice, yet how often do we say, I want to read more without actually doing it? When we actually sit down and take time to read, what many of us discover is that reading is this incredibly enjoyable and relaxing experience that can take us into a new world or can really enrich our minds depending on if we're reading fiction or nonfiction. Both have a lot of value. And I specifically love this one when done in combination with a few of the other tips that we've talked about already. Try reading a book while having a candle lit and a cozy drink right next to you. And maybe you also want to put on a cozy sweater, and bonus points if you have a nice blanket to snuggle up with at the same time. Talk about a HYGGE experience that's going to make the winter months just a little bit more enjoyable. or maybe a lot more. And there are so many incredible books out there. Chances are that you probably have a reading list that you've been waiting around to get to. But if you're interested in some good reads or are looking for some more book list inspiration, I have a blog post that I'll have linked below that you can check out so that you can see what some of my favorite books are, one of which being The Little Book of HYGGE, which I found really inspirational in creating a more cozy life. So I'll have that post linked below and you can go ahead and check that out. But overall, reading a book is a fantastic way to be able to take advantage of the winter months, especially when we have some darker evenings, snuggle up with a good book and just dive into it and enjoy. Moving on, number 7 is to spend quality time with friends. And we haven't touched much on this yet, but a huge part of HYGGE and creating that cozy, inviting atmosphere in your life is surrounding yourself with and connecting with those important people in your life. Whether it's one-on-one or in small groups, spending quality time with your loved ones is one of the best ways that you can make the most of any season, but especially in the winter when we can often feel a little bit more down and depressed. Spending time with the people who bring us joy in life is naturally going to bring us joy. And if you're looking to raise your energy levels or your mood or just generally to more enjoy this season, make sure that you're spending intentional time to connect with others. And there are so many incredible ways that you can do this. Maybe, as we talked about earlier, you want to spend time baking with your partner, or you want to plan a game night with your friends, or maybe you want to enjoy a winter festival with your family. There are so many options out here, and I really encourage you to think about not only what you enjoy doing, but also if there's anything that your local community offers in terms of events, activities, festivals, that you might be able to collect some people that you love spending time with together and go enjoy a fun winter themed activity. Yes, absolutely, many of these tips can be accomplished alone, but this tip is important to help remind us that any activity when done with friends is going to be a little bit more HYGGE, a little bit more fun, and a little bit more warm and inviting. And tip number 8 is to enjoy warm, hearty foods. And this tip is important because I think that sometimes we can get so caught up in eating the salads, the vegetables, the healthy foods that we can neglect or even label as bad some of those warmer, those more hearty meals that bring us a lot of joy and really fill a food craving that we might have during the winter. Things like homemade fresh bread, things like a warm stew, different roasts or casseroles even. Those are things that not only bring us a lot of joy to eat, but they're foods that our bodies often naturally crave during the winter. I think the 2 key words to focus on here are warm and hearty. What's something that's physically going to warm you up when the weather outside is cold and frightful, and what's also something that's going to fill you up and give you the sustenance that you need. It's really interesting that our bodies often naturally gravitate towards different types of foods during different seasons. During the summer and spring months, we're often really pulled towards those salads, those fruits, those vegetables that are fresh and in season. But oftentimes during the fall and winter months, we do gravitate more towards those hearty foods, those things that are going to fill us up, those soups, those stews, those roasts, things like that. And so my advice is to listen to your body, reflect on what is going to make you feel the most HYGGE, what's going to satisfy you while also sustaining you. And once again, there aren't any prescriptions here because everyone has different taste buds and a different opinion of what food tastes HYGGE, what tastes warm and inviting to them. But just consider, is the food that I'm eating also nourishing my soul and giving me that cozy feeling? That's something that's really important for us to be cultivating during the winter, and what you eat, once again, can definitely have an influence. Number 9 is a fun one, and that is to spend time outdoors. It can be really easy during the winter months to become resentful of the weather outside, to feel the cold when we're on our way to work and just be longing for the warmer months. But I want you to take advantage of this season, capitalize on the time that you have, because the snow isn't going to be around forever. And if you currently live somewhere without snow, like me, just remember the cooler weather isn't going to be around forever. Take advantage of this season. If you live somewhere with snow, that's fantastic. Go skiing, go skating, go sledding. There are so many incredible and fun winter activities available to you. It's really funny, I used to live in Canada, and it was always interesting to me to see the people who hated winter versus the people who loved it. The number one difference between people liking or disliking winter was the extent to which they actually got outdoors and enjoyed some of those fun, snowy winter activities. So an incredible way to enjoy the winter season more is to get outdoors. And if you don't live in an area with snow, yes, it's a little bit harder to enjoy the winter season because there's something truly magical about snow. But that being said, get outside anyways. There are so many incredible and fun outdoor activities available to us, and it can be tempting to just want to stay inside during the winter months, but embrace that cooler weather, get outdoors anyways, and just have fun being able to enjoy nature. And once you come back inside from that colder weather, from making a snowman, for going out on a walk, whatever it is, get inside and find the fireplace. And we talked already about that benefit of the warm light of the flame when we were talking about candles, but I love fireplaces for the exact same reason. That flickering light of the flame is such an incredibly hygge feeling. It's cozy, it's inviting, it's warm, especially in contrast to that colder weather that you just came inside from. It's something that can help you to physically warm up, while also being able to warm up your soul in the process. One thing that I love about fireplaces is they're often a place that naturally invites community. People love just being able to sit around and chat by the fire. But on top of that, if you're feeling like a little bit more of a solo style when it comes to the fireplace, try reading a book by the fire. The light of the flames dancing across the pages is a really cool and special moment. And it's just one of those peaceful and relaxing things that you can do to just be able to enjoy the naturally slightly slower pace that we have during the winter season. So if you have one, that's amazing. Spend time by that fireplace. And maybe if you don't have a fireplace, maybe you want to try creating a bonfire with some friends where you can roast some marshmallows and enjoy some hot chocolate. Whatever this looks like for you, take some time to enjoy the cozy light of a fire. So those are my tips on how to create a more hygge home and life this winter. And apologies for the pronunciation, I am Canadian, so no promises that that was anything close to accurate. And I'm curious if you have any tips of your own that you want to share with me. Let me know what those might be below in the comment section. I would love to read them. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more weekly inspiration about minimalism and intentional living. Plus, be sure to follow me on Instagram, I'll have that linked below as well, where I'll be sharing a couple more tips on how to create a hygge life this winter. I hope you guys enjoyed this one though. The concept of hygge is always something that has fascinated me since I first heard about it, and it's absolutely something that I love trying to incorporate into my life during the winter months, but also all year round as well. Before I leave you guys though, I did just want to let you guys know that my website is now finally live. This thing has been in the making for quite some time now, but I'm excited that it's finally there. If you guys have any questions or want to contact me, you can feel free to reach out to me through there, as well as I just posted a few new blog posts about some great minimalism, decluttering, and intentional living inspiration. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll have the website linked down below in the description box, but I would love for you to check that out and give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys are thinking. You guys mean so much to me, and I just wanted to create one extra way that we can connect and just, I guess, opportunity for us to be able to interact. So yeah, website is live, really excited about that. That's everything I have for you guys today though. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.